Think your zodiac sign is all sunshine, charm, confidence, and cosmic beauty. Think again, because every zodiac sign has a side it does not like to admit. Aries is not just brave. Taurus is not just loyal. Gemini is not just smart. Scorpio is not just intense. Behind every sign's most attractive quality, there is also a shadow trait waiting underneath, and here is the uncomfortable truth: the part of your personality you ignore is usually the part controlling you the most. Most people love hearing the good side of their zodiac sign. They love being told they are powerful, intuitive, attractive, mysterious, ambitious, loyal, creative, or emotionally deep. But the real growth begins when you stop asking, "What makes my sign special?" and start asking, "What part of myself am I avoiding?" Because your zodiac sign does not just reveal your strengths. It also reveals your patterns, your triggers, your defense mechanisms, and the traits that can quietly damage your relationships, your confidence, and your future if you never learn how to control them. So today, we are not looking at the polished version of the zodiac. We are looking at the darker side of every zodiac sign, the side people notice, but may never say to your face. Astrology is often presented in a beautiful way. Aries is fearless. Taurus is dependable. Gemini is intelligent. Cancer is caring. Leo is confident. Virgo is helpful. Libra is charming. Scorpio is passionate. Sagittarius is free-spirited. Capricorn is disciplined. Aquarius is unique. Pisces is compassionate, and all of that can be true, but no personality is only light. Every strength has a shadow when it is taken too far. Confidence can become arrogance. Loyalty can become possessiveness. Intelligence can become manipulation. Sensitivity can become emotional control. Discipline can become coldness. Freedom can become avoidance. That is what this video is about. We are going to explore the darker side of each zodiac sign, not to judge you, not to attack your sign, and not to label anyone as bad. The goal is awareness. Because when you understand your shadow, you gain power over it. If you do not understand your darker patterns, you may keep repeating them without realizing why people pull away, why relationships break, why opportunities fail, or why you keep sabotaging yourself right when life starts getting better. Your shadow is not your enemy. But if you refuse to face it, it can become the hidden force shaping your decisions. Most people want astrology to make them feel good. They want to hear about their best qualities, their lucky era, their soulmate, their hidden power, and their natural gifts. And there is nothing wrong with that, but the problem starts when astrology becomes only comfort and never truth. If you only focus on the positive traits of your sign, you may start using your zodiac as an excuse instead of a mirror. Aries may say, "I am just direct," when they are actually being aggressive. Taurus may say, "I am just loyal," when they are actually refusing to let go. Gemini may say, "I am just adaptable," when they are actually being inconsistent. That is where growth stops. Your zodiac sign should not be a personality prison. It should not become a reason to repeat the same unhealthy behavior. It should help you recognize what you do unconsciously, so you can choose differently. The darker side of your sign is not there to embarrass you. It is there to challenge you. It shows where you need maturity, self-control, honesty, patience, boundaries, or emotional awareness, because the truth is simple: the traits you do not manage will eventually manage you. Aries is bold, fearless, energetic, and action-driven. This sign does not like waiting for life to happen. Aries wants movement, challenge, excitement, and victory. When Aries wants something, they usually go after it with full force, but the darker side of Aries is impulsiveness. Aries can react before thinking. They may say things in anger, make decisions too quickly, start conflicts too easily, and walk away from situations before giving them time to develop. Their courage is powerful, but when it is uncontrolled, it becomes recklessness. Aries can also struggle with patience. They may want instant results, instant answers, instant loyalty, and instant progress. If something feels slow, boring, or emotionally complicated, Aries may lose interest or become frustrated. the shadow of Aries is not weakness. It is unmanaged fire. When Aries learns patience, emotional control, and strategic thinking, their fire becomes leadership. But when they refuse to slow down, they can burn bridges they later wish they had protected. Taurus is known for loyalty, stability, patience, and strength. This sign values comfort, security, consistency, and trust. When Taurus cares about someone, they usually do not give up easily, but the darker side of Taurus is stubbornness. Taurus can hold on too tightly to people, habits, opinions, routines, comfort zones, and even pain. They may know something is not working, but still refuse to change because change feels unsafe. Their need for stability can become resistance to growth. Taurus can also become possessive. In relationships, they may confuse love with control, loyalty with ownership, and security with emotional attachment. They may not always express jealousy loudly, but they can feel it deeply. The shadow of Taurus is fear of losing what feels familiar. When Taurus learns that change does not always mean danger, their loyalty becomes powerful and grounding. But when they refuse to evolve, they can become trapped in the very life they claim they want to protect. Gemini is curious, clever, social, witty, and mentally quick. This sign can understand different perspectives, communicate easily, and adapt to almost any environment. Gemini often brings life, humor, and ideas into every room, but the darker side of Gemini is inconsistency. Gemini can change their minds so quickly that others struggle to trust where they really stand. One day they may seem fully interested, fully present, and fully invested. The next day, they may feel distant, distracted, or emotionally unavailable. Another shadow trait of Gemini is duplicity. This does not always mean they are intentionally fake. Sometimes it means they show different versions of themselves to different people, depending on the situation. But if they are not careful, this can look like dishonesty. Gemini's mind is their gift, but it can also become their escape. When Gemini learns emotional honesty and consistency, their adaptability becomes wisdom. But when they avoid depth by constantly moving to the next idea, they may leave people wondering who they really are. Cancer is caring, protective, intuitive, and emotionally deep. This sign feels things strongly, even when they do not always show it directly. Cancer can love with incredible devotion and protect the people they care about with everything they have, but the darker side of Cancer is emotional defensiveness. Cancer may retreat, become cold, or use silence when they feel hurt. Instead of saying clearly what wounded them, they may expect others to understand their feelings without explanation. This can create confusion, guilt, and emotional tension in relationships. Cancer can also become manipulative without realizing it. Their pain is real, but sometimes they may use that pain to make others feel responsible for their emotional state. They may cling to the past, replay old wounds, and struggle to release what hurt them. The shadow of Cancer is unspoken hurt. When Cancer learns direct communication and emotional boundaries, their sensitivity becomes healing. But when they hide behind moodiness or guilt, they may push away the same people they desperately want close. Leo is charismatic, expressive, generous, and naturally magnetic. This sign wants to shine, inspire, create, and be appreciated. Leo often carries a strong presence that people notice without effort, but the darker side of Leo is pride. Leo may struggle to admit when they are wrong. They may take criticism personally, even when it is meant to help. Their confidence can become ego if they start needing attention more than authenticity. Leo can also crave validation. They may act strong on the outside, but inside, they may need reassurance that they are admired, respected, loved, or chosen. When Leo feels ignored, they can become dramatic, defensive, or emotionally wounded. The shadow of Leo is the fear of being unseen. When Leo learns humility, their confidence becomes inspiring instead of intimidating. But when they let pride control them, they may turn every relationship into a stage where they need to be constantly applauded. Virgo is intelligent, practical, observant, and detail-oriented. This sign notices what others miss. Virgo can improve systems, solve problems, and bring order to chaos. But the darker side of Virgo is criticism. Virgo may believe they are simply being helpful, but their words can sometimes feel sharp, judgmental, or impossible to satisfy. They may focus so much on what is wrong that they forget to appreciate what is already good. Virgo can also be extremely hard on themselves. Their perfectionism may create anxiety, overthinking, and a constant feeling that they are not doing enough. They may hold themselves and others to standards that no one can realistically maintain. The shadow of Virgo is fear of imperfection. When Virgo learns compassion, their eye for detail becomes a gift. But when they let perfectionism rule them, they may damage their peace and make others feel like they are never enough. Libra is charming, diplomatic, graceful, and relationship-focused. This sign understands balance, beauty, fairness, and connection. Libra often knows how to make people feel comfortable and understood, but the darker side of Libra is avoidance. Libra may hate conflict so much that they avoid honest conversations. They may say what keeps the peace instead of what they truly feel. This can make them seem pleasant on the surface but unclear underneath. Libra can also become people-pleasing. They may adjust their personality depending on who they are with, not because they are fake, but because they fear rejection or disapproval. Over time, they can lose connection with their own needs. The shadow of Libra is fear of being disliked. When Libra learns honesty, their diplomacy becomes powerful. But when they avoid truth just to maintain peace, they create hidden resentment and confusion in relationships. Scorpio is deep, passionate, loyal, and emotionally powerful. This sign does not live on the surface. Scorpio wants truth, depth, trust, and transformation, but the darker side of Scorpio is control. Scorpio may struggle to trust people fully. They may test others, watch for betrayal, hide their own vulnerability, and keep emotional power in their hands. Their silence can become a weapon when they feel hurt. Scorpio can also become obsessive. When they care deeply. But if that intensity is not balanced, it can turn into jealousy, suspicion, or emotional extremes. The shadow of Scorpio is fear of betrayal. When Scorpio learns trust and emotional openness, their intensity becomes healing and magnetic. But when they let fear control them, they may destroy relationships before anyone else gets the chance to hurt them. Sagittarius is adventurous, optimistic, honest, and philosophical. This sign wants expansion, truth, movement, and meaning. Sagittarius does not like feeling trapped by small thinking or restrictive situations, but the darker side of Sagittarius is avoidance. Sagittarius may run when life becomes emotionally serious, repetitive, or demanding. They may chase freedom, but sometimes what they call freedom is actually escape. They may leave situations before learning the lesson inside them. Sagittarius can also be brutally blunt. They may say they are just being honest, but honesty without sensitivity can become cruelty. Their words can hurt more than they realize. The shadow of Sagittarius is fear of limitation. When Sagittarius learns commitment, their freedom becomes purposeful. But when they refuse responsibility, they may keep moving from one experience to another without ever building something meaningful. Capricorn is disciplined, responsible, ambitious, and mentally strong. This sign understands hard work, long-term goals, and the value of self-control. Capricorn often succeeds because they are willing to do what others avoid, but the darker side of Capricorn is emotional distance. Capricorn may focus so much on achievement that they disconnect from vulnerability, softness, and emotional expression. They may appear cold, serious, or unavailable. Even when they care deeply, Capricorn can also become controlling through expectations. They may judge people by productivity, success, discipline, or usefulness. If they are not careful, they can treat life like a business plan and relationships like responsibilities. The shadow of Capricorn is fear of failure. When Capricorn learns emotional openness, their ambition becomes deeply grounded. But when they measure everything by achievement, they may win externally while feeling empty internally. Aquarius is original, intellectual, visionary, and independent. This sign thinks differently, questions rules, and often sees possibilities others miss. Aquarius values freedom of thought and individuality, but the darker side of Aquarius is emotional detachment. Aquarius may distance themselves from feelings, especially when emotions become messy or intense. They may intellectualize everything instead of allowing themselves to be vulnerable. This can make others feel shut out. Aquarius can also become rebellious just for the sake of rebellion. Their need to be different can turn into emotional distance, superiority, or refusal to connect in ordinary human ways. The shadow of Aquarius is fear of emotional dependence. When Aquarius learns intimacy, their independence becomes inspiring. But when they reject emotional closeness, they may end up feeling misunderstood by the same people they never allowed in. Pisces is imaginative, compassionate, spiritual, and emotionally sensitive. This sign feels deeply and often absorbs the emotions of others. Pisces can be incredibly kind, creative, and intuitive, but the darker side of Pisces is escapism. Pisces may avoid reality when it becomes too harsh. They may retreat into fantasy, distractions, emotional confusion, or unhealthy attachments. Instead of facing problems directly, they may hope things will somehow fix themselves. Pisces can also struggle with boundaries. Their compassion can make them give too much, forgive too quickly, or lose themselves in other people's needs. Then, when they feel drained, they may become passive, resentful, or emotionally overwhelmed. The shadow of Pisces is fear of reality. When Pisces learns boundaries, their compassion becomes powerful. But when they escape instead of act, they may become lost in emotions they were meant to understand, not drown in. Now here is the part most people miss: your darker traits are not always useless. In fact, many of them are strengths that have lost balance. Aries impulsiveness can become courage when guided by discipline. Taurus stubbornness can become loyalty when combined with flexibility. Gemini's inconsistency can become adaptability when rooted in honesty. Cancer's sensitivity can become emotional wisdom when expressed clearly. Leo's pride can become self-respect. Virgo's criticism can become improvement. Libra's people-pleasing can become diplomacy. Scorpio's intensity can become transformation. Sagittarius restlessness can become exploration with purpose. Capricorn's coldness can become emotional strength. Aquarius detachment can become objectivity. Pisces escapism can become imagination with direction. The shadow is not always the opposite of your gift. Sometimes it is your gift without maturity. That is why judging yourself is not the answer. Awareness is the answer. Growth is the answer. Self-control is the answer. When you understand your darker side, you stop blaming everyone else. You stop repeating patterns unconsciously. You start noticing your reactions before they take over. And slowly, you become more honest, more balanced, and more powerful. Recognizing the darker side of your zodiac sign is not about shame. It is not about saying one sign is better or worse than another. Every sign has beauty, strength, weakness, and shadow. The real question is not, does my sign have dark traits? The real question is, am I willing to face them? Because the people who grow are not the people who pretend they have no flaws. They are the people who can look honestly at themselves and say, this is where I need to mature. This is where I need to heal. This is where I need to change. Your zodiac sign can show your potential, but it can also reveal your patterns. And when you understand both, you stop living on autopilot. You become more aware in relationships. You become more responsible with your emotions. You become more honest about your choices. And you begin to use astrology not as an excuse, but as a tool for self-improvement. Your shadow does not define you, but facing it can transform you. Now I want to hear from you. What is your zodiac sign, and what darker trait do you think your sign struggles with the most? Be honest. Is it jealousy, stubbornness, pride, overthinking, emotional distance, impulsiveness, or something else? Drop your sign in the comments and tell me the shadow side you are learning to control. And if you enjoy astrology, personality deep dives, zodiac psychology, and the hidden truths behind each sign, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next one. Because the more you understand yourself, the more power you have to change your life. See you in the next video.